Hey guys, it's Pauly with J&P Cycles. Today I'm here to teach you how to install grips on your motorcycle. We're going to start out with this 883 iron. This is a Throttle-by-Cable bike. We're going to install the custom contour by Avon grips. After we're done with this, I'm also going to show you how to do Throttle-by-Wire. We're going to use a 2017 Street Glide, and we're going to install Arlen Ness 10 gauge grips on that one. You're going to need a T25 and a T27 Torx bit. Go ahead and loosen up your left hand switch housing. Now the left side grip installation is pretty much the same for the Throttle-by-Wire or Throttle-by-Cable, but we're going to walk you through both of them just the same. Now the T27 will be for your actual clutch perch, because these two pieces actually lock together. All right, so here your stock grip. This thing's pretty glued on. You can see I could possibly twist it and all that, and maybe get it off. Not really worth that much effort because you're gonna throw them away anyway. So just take a blade, cut right down, and then it's easy removal. Well, I said it was an easy removal. All right, now I'm going to take a little bit of Scotch-Brite just to get off the excess glue from the previous grip. Now, with the Avon grips, you're not going to need to glue these because they actually have a cam that locks into the housing. You simply just slide that on. And when you're reassembling, be careful to, let me go ahead and back this off a little bit more so that I don't damage my clutch switch. Good to go. Before I move on, I like to turn the ignition on, make sure all my switches still work from this side. Horn works, bright light, low light, left turn signal, and we still start right up, so we know our clutch switch is good. To get started on the throttle side, it's pretty much the same procedure. As far as removing the housing bolts and the perch bolts. All right, all this is loose, so now I have to collapse the throttle and idle cable so that we can get the cables out of the stock grip and put on the new one. For this, you'll need 2 3/8 wrenches. Some of the other models, you also need 5/16, not 3/8, but for this model, it is 3/8. So you break the lock nut loose. Spin that all the way down, and then turning clockwise, you will collapse the cable. Now what this does is as you collapse the cable, it shortens the outer housing, which makes the cable on the inside longer, which gives you room to work with. With the cables collapsed, you'll see you have plenty of room, plenty of slack here, so you can slide that right out. So just be careful because these are slotted, they can fall off, and they're kind of hard to find in the floor. For the front side, I often use a pick because I can get in there a little bit easier, and it just slides right out. And now I'm ready for the new grip. Slide that right into place. Since I didn't actually have to pull all this apart, I'm not concerned with my brake light switch. I can see right here, everything still lines up nicely. So I'll go ahead, I'll snug these up by hand, the brake perch bolts just by hand. Still got a little bit of movement there. And I'll put on my top housing. You see, everything lines up nicely. If I would have had to take all this apart, I would normally put some kind of a little piece of cardboard or something in between the switch and the lever. That's going to prevent any damage to the brake switch. And now to adjust the throttle and idle cable. You just want a tiny bit of free play and make sure it snaps back. You're good to go. Then you'll adjust the jam nut up and lock it in place. And that's it. That's a complete installation of Throttle-by-Cable grips. Stay tuned. We're going to do the Throttle-by-Wire on the 17 Street Glide. We'll start out the Throttle-by-Wire pretty much the same as Throttle-by-Cable by removing the switch housing, screws, and clutch perch. And then slide off the left side grip. Now we'll move over to the brake side to do the same thing, except the brake master cylinder will not need to be removed. Now slide the throttle grip off and replace with a new one, making sure the Throttle-by-Wire splines fully engage. Carefully reinstall switch housing and loosely tighten the master cylinder perch bolts, making sure the brake light switch does not get damaged while aligning the housing and master cylinder. Now for the left side of the bike. Apply the supplied glue, making sure not to get glue on the switch housing. Slide the grip in place. Make sure that any logo is facing the way you want, because once the glue dries, you'll not be able to move the grip. Now you can reinstall the switch housing and clutch master cylinder. Check the alignment of the two sides, and then you can fully tighten the clutch and brake master cylinder perches. Now check for all switches and Throttle-by-Wire, and you're done. Today I've shown you how to do Throttle-by-Cable as well as Throttle-by-Wire. Hopefully this helps you get in the garage and get a grip on your own bike. I'm Pauly with J&P Cycles. Ride them, don't hide them, and ride it like you can fix it.